Who needs therapy, guys, when we have paper, fabric and glue? Do you love junk journaling or planning? Do you have fabric scraps laying around that you could be making good use of? Do you have an old pizza box or some other cardboard that you can use? If so, go and gather them up, and together, let's turn these scraps into this. So just before we get started, I thought I'd let you know where the inspiration for today's video came from. And it was actually my video from yesterday. And the cover of this journal, a lot of you might have thought that it was just one piece of pattern paper. Well, it's actually not. It's all different strips of different trims and probably some washi tape and things like that. So I thought, why don't we do that with fabric? So let's get started. First thing we want to decide is how big do we want our album cover to be. So I'm just going to make my album a standard A4 folded in half. So when the album's put together, it'll be A5 size. Okay, so I have my paper cutter here and we're just going to cut this box down into an A4. Straight down there. And then we're going to measure straight across. Okay, so an A4 sheet of paper is 30 or 29 point something. 30 is good enough. 30 centimeters by 21. Okay, and then we go 21 down this way. Okay, and there we have our A4 cover cut out. Now it doesn't matter that it's not, that the crease isn't in the middle. That's perfectly fine because we're going to be covering that anyway. So now we can just fold that in half. If you have a bone folder, it would be good at this point. Or if you don't have now I've got 100 bone folders, but they're not here with me, so you can just use a ruler or whatever you've got on hand to just crease that down. So there's our album cover in A4. Okay, and then we know, and I'm just going to measure this actually. So this now is 15 centimeters or 6 inches, so I can have 6. Yeah, okay, so 6 pieces of fabric. So I'm just going to work out which 6 I wanted to use because I had 8 initially. So, and I've got more than that. So I'm going to probably just leave that because that was like a full cushion cover. So I'll just leave that. So I can have 6 2-inch strips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got 7. So there's one that, that I don't need. So I'm just going to lay them all out again and just decide which one's going to not make the cut here. Which one is the least. Okay, let's have a look. I think actually maybe the red might need to go because, yeah, I'm thinking that all the others are nice. Yeah, the red needed to go. Sorry, guys. We're just going to make it in more neutral tones there. Yep, the red missed the cut. Okay, so we've got our album cover and we've got our fabrics chosen. And the next step is actually the fun part, and that's the ripping. Okay, so we're going to tear our fabric or rip our fabric. We better measure so that we know exactly. Yeah, so we've got 6 fabrics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So we're going to rip our fabric into 2-inch strips. Right. And then once you've got the first strip cut out, then you can use that as a measuring guide for the rest. Okay, so then you don't have to get the ruler out, or you can do it with the ruler if you're absolute, but I'm okay. got 2, and if they're not absolutely perfect, that's fine as well, because just remember, this is a junk journal. That was a good one. And this looks like a 2-inch strip right here. So that's great because I can get 2 out of that. Oh, this is so satisfying. You can think about all the people that have upset you. Get stuck into your tearing and just go, yeah, it's very satisfying actually. Very satisfying tearing fabric. It's a very good stress reliever. Who needs therapy, guys, when we have paper, fabric and glue? Who needs it? This is free therapy right here. Okay, and my last strip is this nice brown one. I wonder what this was. This looks like it could have been a plate. Oh, no, it's just a tea towel. It's just a plain tea towel. Yeah, okay, cool. Comes with free coffee stain. Look at that. How cool is that? Can you see that there? You can probably see it down there a bit better. And I swear that I didn't introduce that one. That's a real life one. Yeah, this must have come from the op shop or somewhere. So there you go. I didn't even have to get my coffee stain out, folks. That one came for free. Awesome. So we'll try and get that bit of that one in there, eh? With the coffee stain on it. There we go. Whoops, something's gone off the edge there. Oh, dear. Okay. All right. So now we've got our fabric strips. 1, 2, 3. And we're just going to make sure that we like the order that they're in. 4, 5, 6, and what was our 7th one? Yeah, we got that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, we were only having 6, that's right. So we're just going to make sure that we like the order that they're in, and we're going to make sure that they fit on. Probably be a good idea to have 7 strips actually, just in case for some reason that... Do I like that on that side or that side? I think that side. Okay, so we'll have that first, and then we'll have that one maybe, that one, that one, that one, and that one on the end. Is that how we like it? Just have a play around with that until you get it how you like it. I think we'll have another brown one. So yeah, and that's the beauty of junk journaling, is that nothing has to be exact, right? We're just doing it roughly. Okay, all right, so I think I've got a pattern now. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 1, 2, 3. Do I like that? Okay, so after much deliberation, I've got my fabric strips in the order that I like. So the front and back covers are going to be identical, because once it's folded, I've got them evenly spaced so that they're going to be the same front and back, which is what I like. So the next thing to do is just to trim them down and then just give them a quick, I'm just going to like tack them on because I'm going to be machine stitching. But if you don't have a sewing machine or you don't like sewing, that's perfectly fine. You could just adhere them. For now, I'm just going to cut these down and I'll be right back. All right, I just had to get some new scissors because there's nothing worse when you're trying to cut fabric than having scissors that are blunt. Oh my God, how frustrating. All right, and then we've got this one. I'm just going to keep these ends because they've actually got like sewing on them, and I just think it adds extra texture to the journal, but you might like to cut those off. I'm keeping them. All right, and then because this one's got a bit of It's a bit creased there. I'll cut that off and I'll keep this bit. Sorry, I'm just talking aloud here. Okay, and then this one, I think I like that end. So I'll keep that and just cut this off here. And then once again, both of these ends are stitched. Actually, I'm going to get 2 out of this, so that's good. So I'll just cut that off about so. So now that we've got all of our fabric strips cut, the next step is to do our gluing. Okay, now you can just use whatever glue that you have for this, because you know, if you're machine stitching, because obviously we just need it to stay on, and the stitching is going to be the main thing that keeps it there. So I mean, you could use a glue stick, you know, whatever. You can use fabric tack, but that is very expensive, and if you're just going to be machine stitching it anyway, it's kind of a waste. So we just want them to sit in place. All right, an easy way to do this, rather than tacking all the individual fabrics, I've just discovered, is to just put glue all over your fabric cover like this. Okay, so we've just covered that all with glue. Now I just got this little paddle. It's actually awesome. I think I just got it off Amazon. I'm sorry, I don't really know what it's called, but it's fantastic because you just wash it straight away after, and you don't have to worry about bristles or anything. It's just fantastic. So we're just covering the whole pizza box with glue. And then what you want to do is you want to start with your one in the center, so that you know that you have to do the others either side of it. So I wanted brown in the center, and I wanted brown on the ends as well. And then I wanted the other two overlapping that. Okay. All right, so this one and that one. I can't remember which way I had it now, but that's fine. It's still going to work out just fine because they're all pretty fabrics. So, all right, so that's cool. Too much there. Okay, so on this side, I've got that one overlapping that, and then I've got that one overlapping that. So we want to make that the same as well. So I've got the stitching, that's fine. Okay, and then I actually want to have the fabrics overlapping the brown bit in the center there. Yeah, that's cool. All right, so just, I mean, you can do it however you like, but I just like things to be identical on both sides. Okay, so, and yeah, I do like how that adds a bit of extra interest now as well. Okay, so you can just turn it over now as well and just give it a really good press down. You can use a brayer for this, but I'm not going to worry because I'm machine stitching. If you were just using, you know, pattern paper or washi tape or something, then yeah, a brayer probably would be useful. But when you're machine stitching, all you're trying to do is just tack it. So now all my fabric strips are just tacked on and ready for sewing. But before we sew, we just want to trim these edges, because otherwise we're not going to be able to see where the edge is while we're sewing. So that's important. So I'll just give it a rough trim, because I'll like it if there's, you know, a little bit of fraying at the end of the album cover. I always like that. Okay. Okay. And this bit here's just got a little bit of fraying on it, so that's nice, but I will trim that down because it is a little bit long. And that will actually fray again anyway over time. Okay, so we're really just tidying that up. All right, and that will fray again. Now we're ready for sewing, and I will be back. So I've just, if you can see that, I've just zigzag stitched all around the outside and in between all my seams there. So this is nice and secure. It's not going to come off, and you don't have to be perfect, and that's the beauty of junk journaling. This literally took me about 8 minutes. So that's what's great about it. And I love that it's uneven, and I love that, you know, it's not perfect, and that's what the inside looks like. So I think that this would have just been a pizza box and just, you know, in the tip or whatever, and you can just make something so amazing out of it. I just love turning junk into something. And these fabric scraps, I mean, look, they were just sitting in my box doing nothing, and now I've turned them into something amazing, and we're not even finished yet. We can now fold this in half, and then you just decide which. I think I can already see that I like that side better. I mean, I like that, don't get me wrong, but I just prefer that for the front. So that's how that's going to be. Now inside we can do something really nice. For some reason, vintage pattern paper from inside the actual patterns I think is calling out to me. Okay, I have my vintage pattern paper from inside the patterns, and I think that that goes beautifully with these colours here. So once again, I'm just going to put glue all over the inside of the cover here. And now you want to put enough glue on, because I'm not going to sew this, because otherwise it's going to go through the front. So I'm just going to glue this down, but I mean, it's only really thin, that stuff, so this is fine. And I'm just going to get my paddle again and just go over this once again, making sure that I've got enough glue. Okay, and just make sure you've got enough all over there. Okay, that should be fine. Just going to move that aside for a sec. Just going to lay this down. And then I'm simply going to place my cover over there like that. And then I'm just going to give it a good press down, and then I'm just going to cut out roughly, and then I'll do exactly. Oh, an important thing to remember too, and I was just thinking as I was doing that, and it was just a total fluke that I've done it correctly. Obviously you want your pattern to come out the right way, so don't forget that we're sticking it down on the inside, not on the actual bit that we want showing. So it was just a fluke that I got that right. And when we turn it over, yes, we've got the right correct side showing. And so let's just trim this up now. Doesn't have to be exact. And there are no two journals ever alike. Like, I've just created this uniquely, and I've just done it all from scraps. Now, I don't know whether or not you want me to design the front of this or not, or if that's enough of inspiration for you to go and make your own. Okay guys, I'm back. I wasn't going to decorate the cover, but I just love you too much. I couldn't stay away. And no, I thought that some people might be disappointed if I didn't decorate it. So because I got rid of the denim as, you know, one of my fabric scraps, and I just kept it to the neutrals, I'm thinking now that this pocket might look nice on there. What do you think? Yeah, I'm really liking the pocket, so I'm just going to cut that out. Now, you could use a stitch unpick like a cultured person, but I'm a junk journaler. I'm not a seamstress for the royal family, so I'm just going to get in there with my scissors and go for it. Okay, so that took 2 minutes as opposed to 20 with a stitch unpick. And that's what we like, folks. We like it quick. Okay, now that is actually quite big. So now I've got to decide if for some reason it didn't look as big as that on the jeans. I've got to decide if I actually want to take up that much room. See, because I could cut that down, but then I'm going to get rid of all this nice stitching here. So dilemma. Do I like that big or not? Okay, decisions. I couldn't find another pocket, and I really do like this one. Okay, I've just gone and got my alphas. I've just decided I'm just going to put the year 26 on here. I actually store these in old VHS cases if you've got any and you're just going to throw them out. They're actually cute for that, and they just all line up on my shelf. So when I do my studio tour, I'll be able to show you that. And now we're just going to choose what colours we like. Do I have a 6 there? Yes, I do. Do I like the black, or do I want to have a different colour? What's, I don't know if pink would actually look better or not. Do I have a 6 in that? Yes, I do. I'm just thinking, which one I like better. Maybe the black. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think the black. All right, so I've got my number picked out. Now, I've just got some stuff for the pockets here. I'm not really sure what to have in the pocket. Well, let's have a look what we've got. I have no idea what's in here. It's just a whole box of, I want something black or maybe something green. That might look good in there. Tucked in there like for a bit of a tag. Oh, that's pretty. That was just, what was that? Oh, Anna Griffin. Yeah, okay. So keep all the, I'm sure that you guys do, but whenever you get, you know, whatever, what were these? 10 pieces of something. Always keep the back of your packaging, guys, because that can come in handy later. I'm sure that you know that, but I'm just letting you know in case you don't. You can never assume that people know everything when it comes to junk journaling. Is that nice? Yeah, I like that too. But I was just after a bit of like black. Look at that, Mayor Road. Gosh, we're going back now. Mayor Road, that's I don't even know if they're still around, are they? Mayor Road, they were massive when I was back into scrapbooking. What's this one? Oh, that's a Prima. Yeah, Prima Marketing. I used to love all the backing of all their things. And here's some papers. What are these? Ah, 7 Gypsies. There we go. Before it became Tim Holtz. Yeah, cool. Yeah, okay. Nice. I didn't even know that I still had those. That's interesting. All right. Things you find when you're going through your scraps. Oh, I used to love that paper. Who was that by? I don't even know, but I remember I used to love it. What else have we got in here? All I wanted was just a piece of black paper. Oh, there's a bit of music paper. That might be... Oh, here's a bit of, okay, neutral coloured ones. They might be all right. Yeah, okay, well that, yeah, I may not... Oh, look at all these pretty textured ones. Oh, yum. They're nice. Okay. I might have a look at those. Oh, God, we could be here all day. All right, I'll sort those out later. Right, let's have a look what we've got here. Oh, that could be interesting, couldn't it? To pop in there. What else have we got? Oh, that's nice. We've got the music paper. Yeah, I'm just seeing if I like this in here first. Can always fix it up later. Oh, that's a nice bit. Might be a bit flimsy for in here though. What else have we got here? Oh, that's very busy, isn't it? When it's already pretty busy in there. Did we want that one? I do like it. I do like it. Let's just see. Cut the bottom off. Let's just see. Yeah, I do like that. Okay, we might have to do a bit of corner rounding here. All right. All right, okay, there we go. Oops, we lost an alpha. All right, so what do we think about that, guys? Is that nice? So you've got the nice back, and I've pretty much covered up. I've done a good job of covering up the front, haven't I? Maybe I need to make all these things a little bit smaller. Okay, I've got my corner rounder. Now, the reason I have to keep saying, oh, I'll be back is because I've got a studio, but I've also got the studio, yeah, my suppliers have taken over the whole house, and I actually scrap out in the lounge room near the TV so I can be near, you know, the family and the dog, and I'm not sort of tucked away in here. That's just what I prefer, but it's just annoying because obviously I have to, some of my things are still out in the lounge room when you do it that way, but who knows, eventually, well, and also because like obviously in, not so much in summer because you can have a fan, but in winter it gets extremely cold in here. So that's when I started it, because I, from last winter, putting all my stuff out into the lounge room so I wasn't cold. So that's why, you know, it a lot of my stuff is out there, and then I have to stop and go and get it, but that's okay. This is not going through there, so I'm simply going to round that off myself just with my eye. And then what you can do is you can double it over so it's the same on the other side. All right, like that. And there we go. So I rounded it myself, because also when they're not real thick, they can get stuck in those, and then it's going to take me half an hour to unjam it. So if in doubt, just do it yourself. Sometimes it can be easier. Okay, tuck that one down in there. Do we need that little one? I think we do need that pop of colour in there, so... Okay, and I just need to stick those on, but I can do that later. Oh, it's already got some adhesive on the back. There we go. So there we have it, guys. That's how you make your own fabric album cover. And one last thing, I've just decided it needs a little pop of colour. So that's it, guys. How to make a cool junk journal or planner out of fabric scraps and a bit of old food packaging. So if you did like this video, I hate saying this, it just sounds so cringe to me, but if you did genuinely like the video, if you could please give it a thumbs up, because that encourages me, and it also lets YouTube know that people are enjoying it. I even have to remind my best friend and my daughter, because they forget. Liking something is free, subscribing is free. So if you do like my content and you'd like to see more of it, please support me so that I can keep bringing more good stuff to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.